this one is going to be something a little bit different. It's for, I think he said it's called an entrek buffalo. Nice knife. Big chunky thing. Now, he wanted one of my multi-carries for these, but multi-carries don't work with these guards. Due to the wraparound, it interferes, and you know, there's some things you can do with it and there's some things you can't. So, but I'm going to keep it around that style, as a lot of my customers love that sheath I make, and this is for a left-hander, which I've got to be honest, I really enjoy doing stuff for left-handers, because I know how much they struggle to get hold of stuff. You know, everything's made pretty as standard for right-handers, so when I do get a commission, even though it's harder for to make left-hand sheath, because everything's backwards when you're used to doing something the other way around all the time, I always enjoy it, because I know people with left-handed real struggle to get a sheath made for them, because not so much a custom sheath, you know, like a retail sheath, or, you know, most knives come with a right-handed sheath, because I suppose most people are right-handed. I don't know. I think they should give options for both. But anyway, you know, I love to do it for the left-handers, because, you know, I know they struggle to get a decent sheath for them. So I always enjoy that. This came with a Kydex sheath, and I've got to be honest, it's, well, I don't really know. It's okay, I suppose. It's not the best. It's got good retention. I mean, there's a little bit of rattle in there, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's major. Aesthetically, I wouldn't say it's very nice, to be honest. But you know, that's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. So I mean, to deploy, it's okay. I mean, I like what they've done here, and use that for the retention. I think that's quite, you know, clever. But there we are. And I've not followed the shape as I was gonna with this, because I'll be adding something on the front for him, a little pouch. So I've got my multi-carry type front. So this is basically all I've done. I've took it to paper. Started out doing a right hand, and then thought, oh yeah, that one, and luckily I just flipped it over, and that was that. So yeah, there we go. He's going to have a few straps. He wants me to do some electric. This bloke goes out stalking all the time. That's his thing. So I shall also put him a little leg tab. And he wanted, with this, he wanted this. This is where the custom comes in. He weren't happy how low down this was. He wants it a couple of inches higher. So I'm going to put him an extra strap up here to retain that stiffness, you know, and try and keep it quiet for him when he's mooching about after he's dead. So yeah, so there we go. I'm going to cut this out the leather now, and I'll sharpen my knife up first, and we'll go from there. A little bit more of an update. I think I'll put this one up so far. Sorry I haven't brought you along with all through this, because this is quite a complicated sheath and I really needed to concentrate. So I'm just giving you a rough idea now, but you can sort of see from it anyway. I've gone through a lot with my videos of where I'm at with this. It's going to be something a little bit different, this, as I try and do. But like I said, he wanted the multi-carry, so I've carried on the theme. I'll be sticking the little DC3 on the front as he wanted to. Rather than sew it on, I'll make it detachable, but I'm not going to give him the cross draw. Knife's too big for that. There's a certain limit I'll go to with the cross draw, and you know, if somebody suggested to me for this or bigger to go for a cross draw, like scout carry in the back and stuff, there's a limit really you can go to where it becomes cumbersome and it's quite dangerous. So there is a limit to a size of a knife. I mean, somebody wants to make a 20 inch or a machete for a cross draw for themselves, that's fine, but I'm not prepared to do it. At the end of the day, my name's on this stuff, and more importantly than that is the safety. I also wanted to show you, if you'll excuse me, that even somebody, if you do watch this, Andy, from Doberman Knives. When we were talking, this might tickle you, you'll understand. I just wanted to show you that even with somebody who works with leather like me all the time, you know, even the best of us make mistakes. And as I said in the previous video, I wanted to show this just to show that, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't always get everything perfect. You know, I don't make many mistakes, granted, but I do this a lot. So, you know, when I've not got a bin full of mistakes. When I first started, I did. You know, obviously as you go along, you get better. But what I wanted to show you was, I cut it all out, and this is not a small piece of leather by any stretch of the imagination. And I cut it all out, done all the other stuff, and I thought, right. And I just had this sick feeling in my stomach, and when you've been doing this type of stuff for a while, you get to know something's not right. And I kept looking at the sheath and think, what's the matter, Lee? Well, you know, it's fine, you know, everything's absolutely lined up perfect, and I was super happy, and what's the matter? And then it dawned on me, left-handed, and what I'd done is I'd done it right-handed. So I had to go back. It's quite a bit wasted, really, and you work that out. That's no joke. This is a big old sheath. There's quite a bit of leather there. Thankfully, I'll be able to utilise this because I'm going to need it, the welt anyway. So this will get sacrificed for the welt because I'd have had to have cut this out anyway. So it's not such a bad thing. The welt will be the wrong way around. I prefer it the other way, but it's going to help. So it's not all lost. But as for this, I mean, what I'm going to use that for, I don't know. So if anybody has got another one of these, if you let me know with it before I decide to chop it up for other little bits of welts and stuff, just let me know, because the back part's already done. Anyway, so I thought I'd just give you a little insight into how this is going to look. I'm going to dye this in a minute, and yeah, it's going to be great this when it's done. I hope you can sort of see that. And what I've done is I've done these in a way so that they sort of follow their own, you know, they're sort of, it's my OCD coming out, but whoops. So that the straps are sort of, rather than just do it straight across, I've canted the strap so it's got that nice angle to it. It's hard for you to see, I know, and they're sort of, you know, in the same plane. It'll just make it look just that little bit more unique and just that little bit different, I suppose, as you can see, I think. It'll be really nice. It's hard to see these type of things when they're like this, but you know, when it's all done, I think this will be real different and it'll be real nice. I've gave him his 2 inches with the asphalt at the top. What I've also done is, this is a good little tip, if you're doing a big belt loop like this, what I'd suggest to do, or you know, this is something I do anyway, is I'll have that extra couple of holes, I'll stick a couple of Kydex rivets in here, and what he can do then is he can put a bit of paracord through, and then when he puts his belt in, and I've accommodated this for a 2 inch, when he puts his belt in, when he comes to deploy the knife, the draw, the belt's not going to go up and down, it's not, you know, it'll just stop there. I hope that makes sense. So if you make a big belt loop like this, which will be quite a big gap at the back, look, you know, you need to somehow figure out how to, so you've got a stopping point for deployment. This is where, you know, sitting down and a lot of this work is just a lot of thought. And like I said, I was having a conversation with John about, you know, when I'm designing a sheath and a customer approaches me about a sheath, the first thing I do is I try and put myself in his shoes, and I ask myself, and I ask him as well, you know, what's it for, what will you be doing? And the type of mindset you have to get into, I know, he's told me already, he does a lot of deer stalking and this will be strapped to the side of his leg. So I know he'll be scooting around on the floor, he'll be on his hands and knees, and he'll be going through bushwhacking and stuff like that. So obviously I've chose Sam Brown studs for this rather than poppers, because they're quieter and they're going to spook the game. You know, it's these little things. I also know he won't want this flapping around, and that's why I've added this up the top. He'll want it nice and stiff, and I'll also stick some tabs on the bottom so he can attach that to his leg. You know, so when he is moving around, it's not going nowhere, it's not flapping and making noise due to what he's going to be doing out in the field. So when making a sheath, guys, you know, try and put yourself... obviously, if you're making a wallet for somebody, you want to try and reinforce the stress points where wallets tend to give a lot. You know, you've got to take, rather than think of the aesthetics, think of the function. Think, you know, what's he going to be doing with this, and how can I make this last longer for him, and how can I make his life a lot easier when he uses it. Little things like the Sam Browns and stuff will make it quieter for him automatically. So when he gets this sheath, these things will automatically be done for him without having to think, or well, I need this or not. It's automatic. And I think that's where a good custom maker of leather goods, knives or whatever they make, somebody who's tries his best at what he does, you know, maybe thinks like this. Well, that's the way I think. I always try and put myself in that customer's shoes, and I always ask myself, what will he be doing with this? You know, if he wants it crossed, if he asks cross-drawn, or, you know, which side will it do in the small of your back, and then I'll drop it down a little bit so it's not too much up. You know, but I suppose that's where getting out and using these things come in too. You know, I know there's some people maybe make the stuff and don't get out enough, or, you know, you need to be out using these things. You know, and this is where the faults and the problems you can sort of see then, as well as, you know, if you sit and think long enough, maybe you can, you know, try and envision what they're doing, and, you know, like, I know he'll be going through scrub and stuff as well, so I don't want this strap overhanging, you know, loads like that, because he's going to catch and it's going to come undone. You know, I only want a very minimal amount so that he can just literally just catch his finger on it and pop it open. Okay, my son's about to descend on me, so I'll leave it there for now, guys. Bye for now, Lee.